The Three Little Pigs by Roald Dahl. The animals are really big. Above all others is the pig. Pigs are noble. Pigs are clever. Pigs are courteous. However, now and then to break this rule, one meets a pig who is a fool. What, for example, would you say if strolling through the woods one day? Right there, in front of you saw a pig who built his house of straw. The wolf who saw it licked his lips and said, "The pig has had his tricks. Little pig, let me come in." No, by the hairs on my chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. The little pig began to pray, but Wolfie blew his house away. He shouted, "Bacon, pork, and ham! Oh, what a lucky wolf I am!" And though he ate the pig quite fast, he carefully kept the tail till last. The wolf wandered on a trifle bloated. Surprise, as soon he noted another little house for pigs, and this one had been built of twigs. Little pig, let me come in. No, by the hairs on my chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. The wolf said, "Okay, here we go." And then he began to blow and blow. The little pig began to squeal. He cried, "Oh, wolf, you have no knees. Why can't we talk and make a deal?" The wolf replied, "Not on your Nelly." And soon the pig was in his belly. "Two juicy little pigs," wolf cried. "But still, I'm not quite satisfied. I know how full my tongue is bulging, but oh, how I adore indulging." So creeping quietly as a mouse, the wolf approached another house. The house which also had inside the little piggy trying to hide. "You'll not get me," the pig cried. "I will blow you down," the wolf replied. "You'll need it," pig said, "a lot of puff, and I don't think you've got enough." The wolf huffed and puffed and blew, but the house remained as good as new. "If I can't blow it down," wolf said, "I have to blow it up instead. I will come back at the dead of night and blow it up with a dynamite." Pig cried, "You brute, I might have known." So picking up the telephone, he dialed as quickly as he could the number of Red Riding Hood. "Hello," she said. "Who's speaking?" "Who?" "Oh, Piggy, how did it do?" Pig cried, "I need your help, Miss Hood. Oh, help me please. Do you think you could?" "I'll try, of course," Miss Hood replied. "What's on your mind?" a wolf pig cried. "I know you've dealt with wolves before, and now I've got one at my door." "My darling pig," she said, "Miss Sweet, that's really something up my street. I've just begun to wash my hair, but when it's dry, I'll be right there." A short while later, through the woods came striding brave Miss Riding Hood. The wolf stood there, his eyes ablaze, and yellowish like mayonnaise. His teeth were sharp, his gums were raw, and spit dripping from his jaw. Once more the maiden's eyelid flickers. She draws her pistol from her knickers. Once more she hits the vital spot and kills him in a single shot. Pig peeping through the window stood and yelled, "Well done, Miss Riding Hood!" "Ah, Piglet, you must never trust young ladies from her upper crust. For now, Miss Hood one notes, not only has the wolfskin coat, but when she travels from place to place, has a pigskin traveling cage. Thank you.
I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wing and floats downstream till the currents end, and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that's stuck down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rays. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but long for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a bright dawn lawn, and he names the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on a grave of dreams, his shadow south on a nightmare screen. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but long for still. His tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom.
The Pig by Roald Dahl. In England once there lived a pig, a wonderfully clever pig. To everybody it was plain that Piggy had a massive brain. He worked out sums inside his head. There was no books he hadn't read. He knew what made an airplane fly. He knew how engines worked and why. He knew all this, but in the end, one question drove him round the bend. He simply couldn't puzzle out what life was really all about. What was the reason for his birth? Why was he placed upon this earth? His giant brain went round and round. Alas, no answer could be found. Till suddenly, one wondrous night, all in a flash he saw the light. He jumped once wondrous night, all in a flash he saw the light. He jumped up like a ballet dancer and yelled, "By gum, I've got the answer. They want my bacon slice by slice to sell at a tremendous price. They want my tender, juicy chops to put in all the butcher shop. They want my pork to make a roast, and that's the part I'll cost the most. They want my sausages in strings. They even want my chitterlings. The butcher shop, the carving knife. That's the reason for my life." Such thoughts as these are not designed to give a pig a great peace of mind. Next morning, in comes Farmer Bland, a pail of pig's will in his hand, and Piggy, with a mighty roar, bashes the farmer to the floor. Now comes the rather grisly bit, so let's not make too much of it, except that you must understand that Piggy did eat Farmer Bland. He ate him up from head to toe, chewing the pieces nice and slow. It took an hour to reach the feed, because there was so much to eat. And when he finished, Pig, of course, felt absolutely no remorse. Slowly he scratched his brainy head, and with a little smile he said, "I had a fairly powerful hunch that he might have me for his lunch, and so because I feared the worst, I thought I'll better eat him first."
The Bagpipe Who Didn't Say No by Shel Silverstein. It was 9 o'clock at midnight, at a quarter after 3, when a turtle made a bagpipe on the shore side by the sea. And the turtle said, "My dearie, may I sit with you? I'm weary." And the bagpipe didn't say no. Said the turtle to the bagpipe, "I've walked this lonely shore. I have talked to waves and pebbles, but I've never loved before. Will you marry me today, dear? Is it no you're going to say, dear? But the bagpipe didn't say no. Said the turtle to his darling, please excuse me if I stare, but you have the plainest skin, dear, and you have the strangest hair. If I begged you, pretty please, love, could I give you just one squeeze, love? And the bagpipe didn't say no. Said the turtle to the bagpipe, ah, you love me, then confess. Let me whisper in your dainty ears and hold you to my chest. He cuddled her and teased her, and so lovingly he squeezed her. And the bagpipe said, Auga! Said the turtle to the bagpipe, did you honk, or bray, or neigh? For auga, when you kiss, is such a heartless thing to say. Is it that I have offended? Is it that our love is ended? But the bagpipe didn't say no. Said the turtle to the bagpipe, shall I leave you, darling one? Shall I waddle off to water? Shall I crawl out of your life? Shall I move, depart, and go, dear? Oh, I beg you, tell me no, dear. But the bagpipe didn't say no. So the turtle crept off crying, and he never came back no more. And he left the bagpipe lying on the smooth and sandy shore. And some night, when the tide is low there, just woke up and said, hello there, and politely asked the bagpipe if the story is really so. I assure you, darling children, the bagpipe won't say no. Thank you. The Way to the Woods by Rudyard Kipling. They shut the roads to the woods 70 years ago. Weathers and rain have undone it again. And now you would never know there was once a road to the woods before they planted the tree. It is underneath the coppice and hay and the thin anemone. Only the keeper sees that, where the ring-dove brews and the badger rolls at ease, there was once a road to the woods. Yet, if you enter the woods of summer evening late, when the night air cools on the tottering pools, where the otter whistles his mane, they fear not men in the woods, because they see so few. You will hear the beat of the horse's feet, and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost roads to the woods. But there is no road to the woods. Thank you.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wreck. The prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells are here, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh, heart, 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 oh, the bleeding drops of red, whereon the dead my captain lies, fallen, cold, and dead. Oh, Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribbons red, for you the shows are crowding, for you they call the swaying mouth,
eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head. It is some dream that on the deck you've fallen, cold and dead. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object won. Exalt, O shoals, and ring, O bells. But I, with mournful dread, walk the deck. My captain lies, fallen, cold, and dead. Thank you.
The Charge of the Light Brigade by Lord Alfred Tennyson. Half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all in the valley of death, rode the 600. For the Light Brigade, charge for the guns, he said. In the valley of death, rode the 600. For the Light Brigade, was there a man dismayed? Not though the soldier knew, someone had blundered. There's not to make reply, there's not to reason why, but there's to do and to die. In the valley of death rode the 600. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, cannon in front of them, volleyed and thundered, stormed at with shot and shell. Boldly they rode and well into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell rode the 600. Flashed all their sabers bare, flashed as they turned in air, sabering all the gunners there. Shattered and sundered, then they rode back, but not the 600. Thank you.